vision impairment. I can see on my left, but I'm blind in my right. So if anyone owes me money tonight, I at least need half of it. Okay? Yeah, man. So I'm not going to be up here all night because blind people do have a curfew. We have to be home before dark. And I'm running late. Rule number 2, if you don't think I'm funny and you get up and leave, that's fine. I'm blind. I won't even know you left. Man, all these beautiful white people. Man, it must be wintertime because I'm snowed in tonight. I knew Oklahoma got snow, but not this much. Man, any black people here tonight? Okay, Wakanda forever. Okay? Wakanda forever, man. But no, it's been a blessing, man. I was diagnosed in 2016 with an eye disease called retinitis pigmentosa. But I'm not letting that stop me, man. The only person that tried to stop me was the tag agency lady. Yeah, she revoked my license, y'all. And so I told her, man, if you don't like how I drive, stay off the sidewalk. Yeah, man. I tell you, man, clap it up if you grew up in the church. Yeah. Yeah, see, I had no choice, man. My mom made us go to church more than Jesus. Yeah. I told her, I said, Mama, even Jesus rested on the Sabbath. And she said, I'm not raising Jesus, I'm raising you. We used to go to these things in the 90s called lock-ins at churches. Y'all remember that? The lock-ins. I think today they call it kidnapping. Yeah. Then my mom, she just turned 72, so I'm excited about that. Still going hard for Christ. But during the pandemic, she was real nervous, real scared, thought the world was coming to an end. She kept calling me on the phone, you guys. She said, Leon, baby, we're living in the last days. We're living in the last days. And I said, no, Mama, you're living in the last days. I'm only 42. Don't you hate when people try to shortchange your life? Ridiculous, man. But it's all good. My mom always tells me, you need to give back in the community. I said, Mama, I do. I do all kinds of stuff in the community. I love giving back. Recently, I did a comedy show, and afterwards, I wrote a check for $1,000, gave it to a black family, and my wife called and told me she got the check. Keep it in the family!
So tonight, we're going to lift the roof on the comedy, right? We're going to keep the build on the comedy tonight. I've always dreamed of doing comedy, but my problem's been stand-up. And getting together with Leon, he had the vision, but I've had to do all the legwork. You know, people look at me and they go, what happened to you? You know, well, I'll tell you what happened. I'm a pretty experienced skydiver. And I went skydiving with my buddy down in Florida, and we jumped from 10,000 feet, and he hadn't dove before, so we got down to about 2,000. I could see he was panicking. So I started moving over in the wind because he was panicking, and about 1,000 feet left, I reached over and pulled his chute. Well, anyway, I crashed into the ground. And but I did get the humanitarian award from Red Cross. I'm just kidding, y'all. That's not what happened. I fell and hit my head on a rock. Just the other story sounds a lot better. So, actually, I did go to the hospital, and for 2 days, they didn't know if I was going to move below the neck. But 2 days later, my thumb twitched like that. So I knew right then that when they kicked me out of there, I'd be able to thumb a ride home. You know, I really like skydiving, snow skiing, and dental appointments. But I do this every time I go to the dentist. This is what I eat first, right here. I always, you all see a bag of these? Yeah. Oreos? You can take them, Vanna. Let's hear it for Vanna White here. Every time before the dentist, every dental visit, I have a bag of Oreos and go in there, open, just like that. But it was this dental hygienist that invited me to go, and I liked this dental hygienist. So I asked her out, and we go out, and at the end of the night, she said, Charlie, I had a really good time tonight. I'd like to see you again in 6 months. So, another thing I like to do on American, I bought a captain's hat and a captain's vest and put on captain's wings, little plastic wings. And as they're filing by, I get in a position, what I call the praying mantis, like this. It's a combination between a kangaroo and a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And as they're passing by, they see my captain's hat and I'm going, thank you for flying today. Have a nice day. Thank you for flying American today. Have a nice day. And I shut down 3 flights in a week because of that. My favorite thing to do at the fair is the bumper cars, okay? When I go on the bumper cars, I get my friend to help me on, and somebody will hit me in the back. My neck. Well, when we get off, I get off the bumper car, and they help me out, and I go, it was that lady right there. I need your Social Security. I need your insurance. And I need a bag of Oreos and a captain's hat.
Give it up for Dr. Charlie Beal again. Charlie Beal. I knew he was a good guy because the first time I shook his hand, my credit score went up.
And the first time I met Leon, I got stopped by the cops 3 times on the way.
If anyone has a flat outside, Charlie has 2 spares.
You know, we were going to do a ventriloquist act, but we didn't know who the dummy was going to be.